Hello again. This week's video is about hazard perception. While I'm driving along, I'll be saying what I think is a hazard. Hopefully that'll give you an insight into what sort of things are hazards. Hello again. So this video we're going to be doing on hazard perception. I'm in Stone Stratford in little town in Milton Keynes, or outside of Milton Keynes, and when I'm driving along I'm gonna say what I see as a hazard, say what I see as a potential hazard, and obviously if you've spotted it at the same time, then we're on the same book, aren't we? But hopefully it'll give you an insight into what you should be looking for with your hazard perception clips. So we're going to drive off. Now the video is already recording, and the first thing is obviously the weather conditions, because they've incorporated that into the CGI clips now. Now it's foggy, or it's just starting to clear, but it's still a little bit foggy. Now I've got my headlights on, just if anyone's curious, and if it gets any thicker I'll be putting my fog lights on at the rear. So we're driving along here. We're going to do a left out this road. So we'll start it from this exit, and straight away I've got a silver car, parked cars, and a yellow van coming down. So I'm not rushing towards it because it's a hazard. It's turning out of the way. I'm looking right up the road because there's a hazard for me here, and there's a car pulling out on my left. I can see him coming out, so I'm just being a bit careful, see what he's up to. Yeah, it's coming my way because I could see him down the left then, so I'll be clicking away on that. I'm looking right at the road. There's a silver car at the top of the hill. You might not be able to see it on this clip as such, but that's what I'm looking for. And I'm pulling out, and there's a car coming down. I can see him. It's a hazard, so I'm using that space on my left to come into. And I'm looking, there's a taxi coming down with a black taxi, so I'm slowing down, letting him get out of the way. So this is sort of town centre driving you're going to get, where there's lots of parked cars. And obviously there's people at the side of the road. You can click on it. It could be a hazard because they could be crossing, not even thinking. I'm going to go left at this mini roundabout, and as soon as I'm turning left, I'm looking down the road, and on the CGI clip you were looking down there. At the moment it's not too bad. There's parked cars on the right, but it's wide enough for two cars, so you could click as a hazard. If there's a truck coming, you're definitely clicking the hazard because you'd be slowing down for it. And we're going to go left at the mini roundabout. So we're checking our mirrors, signalling left, slowing down because we can't see what's coming from our right. And there's a white van coming down, and I'm just waiting. And then there's a nice gap. And at the roundabout, I've got to turn right because there's no entry sign. So I check my mirrors to the right, signalling right, letting everyone know I'm going right, just in case there's any confusion. And there's a guy near a zebra, but it's fine because he's not, because that's a potential hazard. So you've got to take that into account, because all of a sudden they might start turning. There's a truck reversing onto the main road, so I'm slowing down. That's a hazard. Van's taking his time. I'm looking up the road. Oh, there's a car going round me. Mr. Impatient. You know, people have got to wait, unfortunately. And he's having to wait now, you see. Now, this is a nightmare for anyone here, so the best thing to do is to hold back here to see what's coming, because if you get too close, you can't see. So you've got I don't know what they call them, trucks there, but it's picking up all the rubbish. I'm looking down the road, there's a white van in the distance, because the closer you get, the harder it becomes. And really, you want to be edging out slowly to see what's coming. Because if anything large coming, you want to hold back. But at the moment, there's no large vehicles, just like cars, so position's not too bad. But I'll be holding back here if there's a large vehicle. I'm getting too close. And I'm making a move, checking my mirror and coming out. Woman on the right, she's behaving. She's not about to try and cross. That's a bit potential hazard straight away. As soon as you see her appear, be clicking away. The car's chancing it, so I'm slowing down. It's pulling back in. So every time you start thinking I'm slowing down, it's a hazard. Same with the white car then, that was a hazard. So be clicking away. So all these things where you're having to react to things by coming off the gas, pressing the brake, then there are hazards that you're reacting to, but you need to let the computer know, if you're practicing your theory, that you've spotted it. So we're going to go left at the roundabout. You can see it's a little bit foggy. It's not too bad, but it's foggy. So you definitely have your headlights on. You won't have your DRLs on, and I'll put a video out on DRLs because that's an interesting subject. That's one that's going to come up. If people wonder what DRLs are, daytime running lights. Anyway, back to this hazard perception. So it's fairly clear, the road's clear, there's no hazards at the moment, everything's running fine. I'm looking at the road, I'm looking for cars approaching from the side roads. I'm looking for cars wanting to turn the indicators on, because they might not necessarily see you and force you to stop, so there are potential hazards there. So you could get a video clip in the first 10 seconds, there's nothing going on, there's nothing to do. So you're looking for side roads at that point, you're looking for hazards, people stepping out, people with dogs, all these little things that will cause you to brake or slow down. And then at the roundabout coming up in a few seconds, we're going to be doing a left turn, and that'll take us back down to High Street, back to where we started. And it's like the sun's trying to get through on this side. So yeah, you've got a roundabout, half it's missing. We're going to go left. You could click on that, say it's a hazard, because you can't understand what's going on. I'm going left. I'm looking for people approaching on the right, because they might not indicate, so you keep an eye on them. So you could click on it if you think they're in the right lane but they're not indicating. And then we're just going down the High Street. So as we come round here, loads of parked cars, clicking the way straight away, because you're having to slow down to go round them. And looking ahead of us, you're clicking up again because there's a flashing light from a lorry where he's in the middle of the road, which is causing a major problem for people because there's a car reversing. See, what the problem there was that the car is, he got too close to pull out and he couldn't get through. So you got to get out early and get yourself straight. Now I'm slowing down because the car's coming through because they're hazards. I'm just slowing myself down, trying to work out if I can get through safely, because I know the cars can get through, it's just spotting. Yeah, so I pulled out a little bit early then to see, because what I've done is I came out about 7 car lengths early and pulled myself out to see if there's a car coming. If a car was coming, I'd come back in. So I'm slowing myself down because I bet he might move again. Yeah, so it's a hazard again because he's pulled forward, and I'm just being patient, letting him get out of the way because I'm not in a rush. There we go. And I'm going to go around him now. So hazards here, people stepping out. It's a potential nightmare for a new driver driving down a busy high street. Parked cars on both sides, you're looking for doors opening. The van on the right, you're clicking because the door opened then, someone might step out. I'm going to follow that one-way street down there ahead of me, so I'm going to be going left onto it because the road bends to the right. So I'm checking my mirror signalling. There's a person with a walking stick. There's hazard lights on the blue car, so I'm clicking away because someone might just step out. They might be opening the door. We don't know. I'm looking for people stepping out. I'm looking for doors opening. I'm looking for cars moving off. Any hazards? There's a woman with a kid. I'm looking for him stepping out. The guy on the right. All these things are hazards to you and that you could click on. And these are things that you're running through. It's a nightmare, but if you were driving down a high street, that's what's got to be running through your mind. Now, I know that when you watch these video clips for the theory, they're not probably as many hazards as this, but these are some of the hazards that could creep up, and you've got to be prepared for it, because otherwise you'll either click too soon or you click too late. So if you just click once, it might not be enough. So I'm just going to follow the road ahead. So we're coming out of the high street, and I'm going to go right at this roundabout. So I'm checking to my right, and I can see there's a red car and a car pulling out. So I'm slowing down because there are hazards. Because as I'm seeing these things, I'm slowing down in anticipation of the fact that car's going to pull out and come on my lane a bit. So you'd be clicking away on that. Just one click will do. Because if you didn't slow down for it, you'll probably see the video clip stop because you're not anticipating the fact that he's going to come into your lane. And I'm going to be going right at this roundabout, so I'm checking to my right. It's definitely clear. Nice big turn to get round it. Now there's cars coming up, so I'm slowing down, and you'll be clicking away because you have to react to them. I'm looking right down the road. There's 4 cars coming up, van pulling out, 2 cyclists, so they're all hazards for you. So I can't go anywhere at the moment, so I'm just going to wait. So I'm looking past the cyclists. At the moment it looks clear after the cyclists. I'm looking down by the zebra crossing, so I'm looking a good 75 metres away, and giving myself space from these parked cars. And I'm expecting someone pulling out from a side road here because they can't see me. So I'm not going particularly fast. I'm just taking my time. See, there's a car pulled out ahead of me. There's a person walking around in the distance. So that car should give way to me. If he pulls out, it's a hazard. The car pulling out there, you could click on these things because they are hazards that could develop into something else. I'm just going to pop into this car park where we started, and we'll finish it off there. So I'm slowing down for this blue car, giving way, letting him go first because they've got the priority. I turn into here. I've got a silver car with the indicator on. It's probably looking for spaces just like me. I'm slowing down. So while I'm waiting here, we'll just finish it off. So they're just loads of little hazards around a town centre. I hope it makes a bit of sense by saying what I think is a hazard. If it does, like I say, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Take care, safe driving, and look out for my next video next Monday.